Greetings to all of you friends from all over the world, and welcome to the Eight Wonders Trail. The Eight Wonders Trail is an awesome adventure through hiking from Mexico to Canada. It starts down at the Arizona Trail border with Sonora, Mexico, and proceeds to pass all 8 wonders, which are 8 national parks on the way up to the Canadian border. It overlaps the Continental Divide Trail as well. Most of the 8 Wonders Trail is part of this Great Western Trail, which was developed back in the 1980s, which we'll talk about a little bit in this video. But what I'm going to do is give you a quick, brief introduction to the 8 Wonders Trail. You can choose to go small, medium, large, or extra large. The 12 Wonders XL extension, I always say to go big, goes right up into Canada and passes 12 national parks. That's 3,500 miles. The 8 Wonders Trail itself is basically 2,800 miles in length, but the 12 Wonders Trail is really too big for its map. That's 3,500 miles. So 2,855 miles all the way to Waterton Lakes National Park, or you can go right up into the heart of the Rockies into Alberta on the 12 Wonders XL extension via the Great Divide Trail. So how do we get these files loaded? A little before that, I want to show you our family's been busy hiking the Arizona Trail segment, and let's show you a couple photos of our family. This is when we first started. Our little girl was only 6 years old when we first started Passage 1 of the Arizona Trail, and onward and upwards to Canada. Well, the kids are, now it's been about 6-7 years later, and the kids are pretty busy with school and track and field and cheering and university studies, so we don't get that much time out on the trail as much as we used to. But these pictures are from some of our adventures in Arizona on the Arizona Trail segment. We love the whole Arizona Trail. Is 800 miles of the 8 Wonders Trail, and it provides a great anchor. So how do we visit all of these places on the trail, and when how do we best see all this? Well, we get into our Facebook page. Let me go back to the photos real quick, to the library. We're going to concentrate on a couple pictures here. Let me see where that one is. There we go. We're going to go into Google Earth and open up the KML file directly from the Facebook app, and you can open it in Avenza Maps as well as Gaia GPS. So that said, let's get into Facebook, into the groups, and we've got our 8 Wonders Trail Facebook group. So here we have all the files that allow us to get into the files, the GPX and KML files that open it all up inside Google Earth, which we'll show you today. Let's see a couple recent announcements. We've got Salsa Brava and Flagstaff winning the best tacos in Flagstaff. We've got Speedway. There's a brand new Salad and Go opened up on Speedway in Tucson. We've got, that's on the Tucson resupply loop. We've got here Tempe Town Lake at night. Now we can look up all of these places inside the, here's Jenny Lake at, this is beautiful, Jenny Lake at Grand Teton National Park. But let's see where we're going to go first. Oh, well, first here is a 1988 historical article talking about the Arizona Trail. Its first dedicatory happening was up on the Kaibab Plateau. And at that meeting, it said the Arizona Trail, and in due course, it will become the southernmost link in the Great Western Trail, which will reach from Mexico to Canada. So a great article here found in Arizona Highways magazine back in October of 1988, where they chronicled that summer meeting here on the Kaibab Plateau, where they dedicated this first section of the Arizona Trail. And you can read all about that. And also they mentioned the Great Western Trail in this article, which we're going to talk about today. Let's go, let's see a little bit of Diamondback action on the Hohokam Phoenix section. The High Rockies Trail, which is up on the 12 Wonders XL extension. This is our first adventure today. I shared impressive Ribbon Falls in the Grand Canyon. This is a must. So we're going to go to this first. It's a beautiful waterfall between Phantom Ranch and Cottonwood Campground. And here's how we're going to do it. So we're going to get back to the Files tab all the way at the top. We're going to open up the 8 Wonders All Tracks, which has every track that I've made so far. And I'm going to see original post. Now I'm going to scroll down, read all the disclaimers before you download this. I'm going to scroll down here and open the All Tracks 8 Wonders file. This is the latest version. Now here you open it up into, you can choose to open it up into Avenza or Google Earth. We're going to go here with Google Earth. And in seconds, your project's going to be open inside Google Earth. Impressive. Now these are all the waypoints loading. You can see we've got the entire track from Mexico up to Canada. That's the border down at the southern terminus, all the way up to Waterton Lakes in Canada. So this is a fantastic file. It's got just about everything you'll need. Well, to start with, let's zoom down into the U.S.-Mexico border where you'll normally start. Now I'm going to tap on this little guy in the corner, and what that does, that brings up any picture. See, we see that little blue dot by the border there. I'm going to tap on that, and we're going to go straight down to the border. This is the border marker 102 at the southern terminus in Mexico. And this is what you see currently. There's a little bench to sit on. This is your view of the border right now. The walls being made, which before this, it was just a border fence right here. Just when we hiked down to the border, here's all we had is this border fence. So here you're looking into Mexico, and on this side, you're climbing up to all the way up to the Coronado National Memorial's one of the high points on the entire 8 Wonder, or not on the entire 8 Wonders Trail, but on the Arizona segment, is up here at Miller Peak, which is right there. So you could go in here and type on the guy and take a look at the top of Miller Peak right here. Just side saunter off the trail, and there's what you'd have to view inside Google Earth. And you can also add pictures to this with, I've got an Insta360 camera where you can upload pictures to Google Earth. But that's a view from Miller Peak. Now you're looking way down into Mexico there. And let's get started, though, on visiting Ribbon Falls. That's just the southern terminus down at the Mexico border. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search out Ribbon Falls. Ribbon Falls, Grand Canyon, Arizona. And we're going to fly look like an eagle down to Ribbon Falls. This shows you where Ribbon Falls is, right here in the heart of the Grand Canyon on the Eight Wonders Trail. This is the Arizona Trail segment on the North Kaibab Trail, to be specific. You can view it in 3D as well, which is awesome to see the trail come alive in 3D. And let's zoom into Ribbon Falls and see what we can find here. It's just a little half-mile side saunter. I want to turn on, looks like someone's photographed the entire trail all the way back to Ribbon Falls. But let's see what we can find back here in Ribbon Falls. Let's tap on one of those blue dots, and there you have it. Beautiful Ribbon Falls. So, it's quite impressive to say the least. It's a waterfall, a side saunter that you must take. So, there's probably plenty of pictures here of Ribbon Falls that you can click on with the little icon as you explore your Eight Wonders adventure. You can plan all these things in advance, but make sure not to miss Ribbon Falls at the Grand Canyon. Now I want to scroll up to, say, the South Kaibab Trail. B-A-B, Cedar Ridge. Let's try the South Kaibab Trail, Grand Canyon National Park. So, here's the South Kaibab. You see it, you can put this all in 3D. This is the Eight Wonders Arizona Trail coming down into the South Kaibab, down at the South Kaibab Trailhead on Google Earth. Let's put it down into 3D, and you can actually get an impressive view of what we're going to experience here as you're hiking down into the Grand Canyon. A great viewpoint here is Point, where we can tap on the little guy, and there's a bunch of dots here. Let's see which one of these dots you can hit, and scroll around at Point. Here's a bunch of hikers coming down the trail here inside beautiful Grand Canyon National Park, which is the second wonder northbound from Mexico to Canada on the Eight Wonders Trail. So let's go to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. That's up at the top at Yaqui Point, up close to Yaqui Point. Let's put it back in 3D. And so the Grand Canyon's a pretty tough section. You saunter all the way down. There's some nice switchbacks past let's get back up here on Cedar Ridge, South Kaibab Trail. You've got these switchbacks right here that you can zoom in on, see the actual trail itself and how accurate the KML file is to your hiking adventure. Now, if you were on this with Avenza Maps, you'd see a little blue dot, but this is down at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. It zigzags all the way down and crosses the river. Let's see if we can get a picture of the Colorado River here at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Sure enough, it comes. This is the Black Bridge, which will take you over to Phantom Ranch and Bright Angel Creek. You'll get a swim in the Colorado River. Hopefully it'll be a little clearer than in this picture. But there you have it. You can see that on the Eight Wonders Trail. The Eight Wonders Trail is just an awesome, here's Phantom Ranch, Bright Angel Campground. If you want a picture of what you might see at Bright Angel Campground, with that you can click on this entire blue line and walk along it, or you could click on these little blue dots and see the photospheres. This is Bright Angel Campground right at the river. Some people that put the photospheres in there. It's pretty hot down at the bottom of the Grand Canyon as you're hiking down there. Whatever the temperature in Phoenix will be, that's what it'll be at the bottom of the Grand Canyon So always be prepared for the change in weather as you go down to the desert. Could be as much as 120 degrees at the bottom of the Grand Canyon in early to mid-June. So here's the North Kaibab Trail as it goes all the way to the top of the North Rim. And let's fly out somewhere else on the Eight Wonders Trail. Oh, I've got let's do Cabela's in Mesa. So let's go here. Bellas in Mesa, Arizona. Bass Pro Cabela's, Mesa, Arizona. And we'll fly down to the store right here. And let me go so you can see the track. This is the renamed Hohokam Trail as it enters Mesa, Arizona. This is a little side saunter, well, actually a big side saunter that starts in the Superstition Mountains and goes into Mesa, Arizona. You could resupply at Cabela's and goes through all the superstitions and ends up heading into Phoenix if you want. If you want to come for spring training and see some of your favorite baseball teams, as well as come into resupply in Mesa, there's all these places you can do so on the new Hohokam Trail. That's a 430-mile loop. So let's go back into 2D. This one over here is the Cherry Creek route. The main line is seen in red. That's the Eight Wonders Trail as well as the Arizona Trail. Down in Tucson, we have the Tucson Resupply Loop. So you can go to, in Tucson, you might want to resupply at Summit Hut. So let's go there. Summit Hut on East Speedway in Tucson. So you fly in and there's Summit Hut. There's the waypoints for it. This is just off the Tucson Resupply Loop. Easy to get to. You can get all your gear at Summit Hut, as well as new shoes or whatnot. Next up on the list, let's look at, let's go back up to, let's go to this one here. Ribbon Falls, we did the South Kaibab. Let's say you heard that there was some great tacos that you wanted to eat while you were resupplying in Park City. So Chubasco Tacos in Park City. So here we've got Chubasco's Tacos Park City. And let's zoom up to that. Say you heard this great taco shop, and look at that. You got Chubasco Tacos right on the Park City Resupply Loop. Here you're coming down from Guardsman Pass on the Eight Wonders Trail. Down into Park City, you can take the ski lift, which I believe is free if you hike down to it. That's the ski lift track, the yellow one. The blue one here will take you all the way into the Uintas and down into Park City for your resupplies. So Chubasco Taco is right over here by the, we can zoom in with our guy here, and look at that, they got a lot of pictures there. And go right into Chubasco Taco and see here, right into Google Earth. They've got a car driving by here, and they got these guys out in front waving at them at Chubasco Taco, right here in Park City. Here's the, just real close to Chubasco Taco, you can see on these other waypoints is the Park City Hostel, which we're going to zoom into there. That's the Park City Hostel right there, that waypoint. So let me get on the guy here, and let's put him down right by the hostel, and we'll see what we see here. There's some restaurants. Yep, there's the hostel. There we go, the Park City Hostel. And that's where you could be staying. Looks like they have a patio up on top. They've got some restaurants right over here. There's an Indian restaurant in the same complex as the Park City Hostel. So all of the waypoints on the Eight Wonders Trail, there's thousands of them. I think I'm probably up to at least 2,000 or 3,000 waypoints on the Eight Wonders Trail. Where are we going to visit next? Let's go to the Clearfield Aquatic Center. Let's try that one. Let's see where the Clearfield Aquatic Center is. Clearfield Aquatic and Fitness Center is in Utah. And it's right along this loop here. This is the low elevation loop that we're seeing right here. See, the red is the Eight Wonders main line. Now this is the low elevation loop, and we've got the Clearfield Aquatic Center. This is the Golden Spoke loop. This is just about a half mile off the trail, and you can zoom in to see the Clearfield Aquatic Center. It's taking a little time to load while I'm recording and all, but let's put the guide down, and you can walk right in. Here's a dot right in front of the center. You can walk right into the Clearfield Aquatic Center and see that lots of people are having fun here. Take a tour of the aquatic center. Look at that, it's got a hot tub to ache any aching muscles like myself. I'm a little older. We can go sit in the hot tub and enjoy it. But there's the Clearfield Aquatic Center. Let me see, I want to go outside of it. I know that there's a little tour here outside the aquatic center. Well, let's see. Let me see, I think it's right here, right by the door. Let's see if that works. So here we are outside the door to the aquatic center, and you walk right in. You just tap on this dot, walk right in the door, and you have a desk that you could check in at right over here. Let's go this way. You can check in at this desk and then head right into the swimming pool or over to the showers at the Clearfield Aquatic Center. You can recharge your batteries, enjoy the swimming pool, enjoy the showers. And so this is just another couple of views. There's a lap pool right over here. Here you can see is the upstairs, the second floor of the aquatic center. Bottom line, you can walk through that door and enjoy a little bit of a workout as well. But enough of the Clearfield Aquatic Center. Where are we going to go explore next? Let's go into the Bridal Veil Falls in Provo. That's a really nice place. Bridal Veil Falls, Utah. So, one of the tallest waterfalls on the Eight Wonders Trail, just outside of the Provo resupply loop. Here we see the loop in Provo going all the way up to Bridal Veil Falls right here. I'm going to put it in 3D, and there's Provo River Canyon. The trail goes right up to Bridal Veil Falls, and what we're going to do is we're going to type in the little guy right here, and let's see, there's a couple spots up here at Bridal Veil Falls. Perhaps we can go see one of the 360 photospheres. Look at that. That's in fall. That's down at the bottom of Bridal Veil Falls, and there's the falls right up here. Let's see see if we can find another picture here. I like Bridal Veil Falls. It's just got some really incredible pictures. Let's see what this one is. Look at that. The water coming down from the falls. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Coming all the way down the falls. You can hike up to them and enjoy the splashing water as it cascades lower down into the canyon. So Bridal Veil Falls on the Eight Wonders Trail. Where's our next stop? Let's go to the Flagstaff Aquaplex. You say, well, I'm in Flagstaff. I want to resupply. You can get showered up at the Flagstaff Aquaplex. And there it is. And you can see right where it's at on the Eight Wonders Trail. Boom. It's got a waypoint. Now it's slightly off the trail. You can see there's the Flagstaff resupply loop, all the restaurants and so forth. But the Flagstaff Aquaplex, it's just south of Route 66. And let's see if there's any, there we go. Don't know if there's any pictures inside the Flagstaff Aquaplex, but there you have it. Walk right in and enjoy this huge aquaplex while you're in Flagstaff resupplying. Just a few dollars. If you want to go swimming, it might cost about $7 in the lazy river or the hot tub. But if you just want to take a shower, the Flagstaff Aquaplex is about $5. Or they might even give it to you for free, which they've allowed me to shower for free on another thing. Okay, there's an ultra running outlet in Utah. Let's go there. Let's go to the ultra running at Ultra Running Outlet, Cabela's Boulevard in Lehi, Utah. So this is once again on the lower elevation loop, but if you needed new Ultra shoes, here you have it. Right at the Ultra Cabela's, you can shop at Cabela's. This is in Lehi, Utah, off the Murdoch Canal Trail. The outlets at Traverse Mountain. Bottom line, there's your ultra running outlet. Let's see if we've got any pictures of the. There's a little dot real close to the ultra outlet. Let's go in there and see what that is. Here's your stores. You can go right into the mall and hike right through here. So this is your virtual Eight Wonders Trail tour, and this is the lower elevation Golden Spoke route. You can pick up some ultra shoes. Over here is a nice place called the Ashton Botanical Gardens, real close to the Ultra store. Let's jump in there real quick. You can see there's about 50 different little blue dots. Let's just click and see what we end up with. I know there's some cool blue dots by the waterfalls, but this is the Ashton Botanical Gardens in Lehi, Utah. Absolutely beautiful. Do not miss place. Let's see, Ashton Garden Waterfalls. Let's get a type in here. Type in our little guy and go right out in front of the waterfalls. See what we got there. Look at that. So there's about 7 waterfalls here at Ashton Gardens. Just absolutely beautiful. Concerts, markets out on the green grassy stage here at Ashton Gardens on the Eight Wonders Trail. So wherever you go on the Eight Wonders Trail, there's all sorts of fun places. Let's go to we went to Bridal Veil Falls. let's explore the SLC resupply loop. I'm a genealogist, and I can't hike past Salt Lake City without stopping in at the Family History Center. So I'm going to go there first. Let me see. Family History Library in Salt Lake City. So let's go there next. This is in downtown Salt Lake City. There's a family history library where I can look up microfilm of all of the relatives I have in my family tree, do some research. I can't go through there without stopping and pulling up some books about my ancestors. You can really find out a lot all the way back to the 1700s when they immigrated to the United States. Here's City Creek along the Salt Lake City resupply loop, all these tall buildings in downtown. This is the track right here, goes into the City Creek Shopping Center. And once again, you can go right down into that courtyard with your street view and see what you would see as you're walking around the courtyard at the City Creek Center in downtown Salt Lake City. So this just lets you know how you can go anywhere on the Eight Wonders Trail in minutes as you're visiting all these places. You could take this virtual tour and go through Salt Lake, a resupply tour. Look, it goes by the Washington Square is where they call this in Salt Lake. As the picture takes a couple minutes to load here in 3D mode, you need a lot of bandwidth to get this going real good. Here's some museums that the Salt Lake City resupply loop passes. Also comes by these grocery stores. Here it goes by Smith's grocery stores, and this is Trolley Square. So at Trolley Square, for example, you have a Whole Foods store here at Trolley Square that you can zoom into. This is a Whole Foods market for you guys that want to eat healthy while you're out on the trail. As you take in the Eight Wonders tour, that's Trolley Square, the big tower here. So this is just a quick overview of the Salt Lake resupply loop. From Trolley Square, you go down to this park here called Liberty Park. Now we're going to zoom into Liberty Park. It's huge. There's an aquatic center right over here that's waypointed, a swimming pool that costs $2 or $3. Get showered up and cleaned up at Liberty Park. There's this lagoon right here. We're going to zoom right into this little spot and see if there's a picture by the bridge. Cross over the bridge. Yep, Liberty Park has a beautiful lagoon here, and this is the bridge you cross over to get to it. Part of your Eight Wonders Salt Lake City resupply loop if you choose to resupply there. There's also a hostel in Salt Lake City. Let's go further down. There's Targets, another Whole Foods. Here's the aquatic center by Parley's Trail at Fairmont Park. So let's run in there real quick. As we can see, there's lots of dots out here that go into the aquatic center at Fairmont Park. So here we go. Here's your front desk check-in, men's locker room, showers, restrooms. Here's a water bottle refilling station, all at the Clearview Aquatic Center. Inside, there's pools. There's an indoor swimming pool in there as well. Let me see if I can get that at the Fairmont, excuse me, not the Fairmont, that's the Clearview Aquatic Center. Let's see if they show their swimming pool in here. Oh, you have to walk in the door, and I think the swimming pool is down this way. So as you go this way, you turn the corner this way, you go down the hall to the swimming pool, and here you have it. You're inside the Clearview Aquatic Center swimming pool. So beautiful swimming pool. There's slides. There's everywhere to get splashed off, cleaned up. Here's a lap pool right over here, right on the Salt Lake City resupply loop. Now, say you wanted to know where REI is in Salt Lake City. REI, Salt Lake City. So here you go. This is just as you come down from the Eight Wonders Trail. So here's the Eight Wonders Trail up on the Wasatch Crest Trail, which you've just hiked the Wasatch Crest. Now you're coming downhill into Salt Lake City. Thanks to Trails Utah, we're now connected on this segment that comes right down into the Salt Lake City resupply loop from the great work they did on putting this single track together. It's all single track coming down into the REI store. So here we go. Tap on your guy. Tap right into the REI store parking lot. And there you have it. You can see the mountains in the background that you just hiked down. Here's your REI store in Salt Lake City on the resupply loop. Let's go this way just a little bit. There we go. REI. So that's next door to a Smith's Marketplace grocery store, as you can see. And just within minutes of arriving in Salt Lake City, you can be at the REI and the Smith's store resupplying. That's just minutes away from the trail. Then you could take an Uber if you didn't want to go into downtown Salt Lake City. You can take an Uber right up into this canyon over to the Lamb Canyon Underpass. The Uber might cost you less than $20, and you'd be here at the Lamb Canyon Underpass, where the main line comes down and crosses underneath Interstate 80. So let's look at that. Let's look at the underpass, where thru-hikers hiking from Mexico to Canada would need to come into this underpass and hike safely underneath the highway right here. There's a wide crossing under the underpass, and as you hike underneath this interstate, you'd be over here off to the side hiking on the shoulder along the Eight Wonders Trail. Right there's the trail itself as it comes out of Lamb's Canyon. So an Uber for less than $10, $20, maybe $15 after tip, you could get an Uber after you resupplied on the Salt Lake City resupply loop. The Salt Lake City resupply loop also connects to the Golden Spoke over here. You can see the bridges and different things. Maybe someone's taken a picture of one of the bridges that you get across. Well, this is at the park where the Golden Spoke comes in towards Salt Lake City. There's restrooms and everything at this park. But there's the bridge you cross over to get to Salt Lake City off of the low elevation route. So let me go before we leave Salt Lake City real quick. There is a hostel in the Avenues, waypointed. This is the Avenues hostel, a little off the track, but let's go into the Avenues hostel and see where you'd be staying in Salt Lake City. There we go. World travelers have stayed here. I've been there before at the Avenues hostel. Plenty of room. You'll meet Europeans, people from all over the world here at the Avenues hostel. Great little place in Salt Lake City. So wherever you want to go on the Eight Wonders Trail, let's fly over to Jackson. Jackson, Wyoming. And let's fly up to the Grand Teton National Park here on the Eight Wonders Trail. So once again, you see that you have a Teton County Recreation Center where you can get showered up also for either free. I believe they have free showers there. With that way, any people visiting could go there for free and get showers. Otherwise, they might charge you a little stipend, but they do have a free program. Here's the Jackson Town Square. Let me go into 3D here. Not much 3D to see here, but there's the Jackson Town Square. We're going to jump with our guy right down into the center of the town square. And here we go. Oh, this is an interesting view. Someone did a drone view of Jackson, Wyoming. And down below us is the town square right there. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool shot. In Jackson, you have the choice also to go over to the Continental Divide Trail and go over to the Wind River Range on this blue track. That blue track right there goes all the way over to the Wind River Range, and allows you to get on the Continental Divide Trail right there. So you can go down and hike the winds from Jackson. You could be over here in the winds enjoying beautiful scenery. Let's see what some of these shots are in the Wind River Range. Oh, beautiful. You can be right up in the mountains in the Wind River Range after you visited from Jackson, Wyoming. But let's go back over here to Jackson and take a quick look around. The Eight Wonders Trail. Let's just fly right back into Jackson. That's quicker. There we go. There's barbecue restaurants and all. Eight Wonders hikers saunter downhill from this Highline Trail that Jackson Pathways. We want to give thanks to Jackson Pathways. Saunter right down from ski resort Snow King right down into downtown. What an epic way to arrive in Jackson Hole. There's also this lower elevation route along the Jackson Pathway network too, where you can come right into downtown. This goes underneath tunnels, underneath the streets, and here's Hoback Junction, different places. I want to say Hoback Junction is right back here. But the new trail, you can see the new trail. It goes right underneath the highway. See the bridges? There's bridges where the Jackson Pathways takes you right under the highway. And you're going safely under the road. And it's a paved parkway, kind of starting pretty much in at Hoback Junction. Now you're pretty hungry when you get to Hoback Junction. Here's a store here in Hoback Junction where you can get supplies. The Hoback Market. That's full of all sorts of good supplies when you enter Park City. So let's go into, let's look up Jenny Lake, for example. I want to go to Jenny Lake, Wyoming, and there we have it. The Eight Wonders main line in red, circumnavigating the lake with beautiful views of the Grand Tetons all around. So I want to go over here. I think there's a little bridge. There's a lodge trail to go get some food at the lodge. But there's you can type in your guy here, and you can see you can go to anywhere on the Jackson, on the Jenny Lake Trail. I believe there's a bridge right here. between the two lakes. Yes, right here's a bridge that you cross. The Eight Wonders Trail crosses this bridge on into the Teton Mountains. Just beautiful, beautiful hiking along the Eight Wonders Trail. So this lets you know how to open up the KML file, all tracks file, into the app. Let me see. I think there's some nice waterfalls here in Cascade Canyon. Inspiration Point has some beautiful views. Here's the waterfalls back here on the Eight Wonders Trail. Look at that. Beautiful waterfalls. Photosphere, some other hikers at the viewpoint to the waterfalls. You've got Inspiration Point just up above the top. Let's go into the Inspiration Point, and there you have a view of Jenny Lake. Just absolutely beautiful. So see where the Eight Wonders Trail will lead you. You can go right up into the mountains here, into the Tetons on the Eight Wonders Trail. It's just absolutely beautiful. Here's another viewpoint. This is a must side saunter out to Table Mountain. There's some absolutely stunning views from Table Mountain of the Teton Range. And this is just absolutely amazing from up high at Table Mountain. You can go into the KML track on Google Earth and view any of these pictures. Over here is the blue alternate down to the Gee. That's Grand Targhee Resort, where you can hike in and take a ski lift all the way down to resupply at Grand Targhee Resort. Furthermore, the track goes into Driggs, Idaho, and lets you come into Driggs, Idaho for resupplies. In Driggs, there's a geotourism center here that's pretty cool. Look at all these pictures inside the geotourism center outside of Driggs, Idaho. This is just the front of it, the Teton Geotourism Center. So all these cool places to visit while you're hiking the Eight Wonders Trail. They're all right there. Let's step inside the Geotourism Center. And you have all these exhibits of the Yellowstone ecosystem. All a part of the Eight Wonders Trail. This is the Grand Targhee low elevation route. This route also goes all the way up to West Yellowstone, where you can resupply in West Yellowstone. Let's get straightened out here. Here's West Yellowstone, and joins the Continental Divide Trail up there. Or you can saunter the Eight Wonders Trail directly into Yellowstone National Park. So that's the Continental Divide right there. Here's, let me get my bearings here. Okay, there's lots of waypoints. Excuse me. This is Jenny Lake once again. Oh, that's Heart Lake. So if you take the Eight Wonders Trail all the way to Heart Lake inside Yellowstone, you can side saunter up here to the top of Mount Sheridan. Look at that. I'm getting a MLB baseball notification. But here's Heart Lake, where you have camping right along the lake. This is the point where the Continental Divide Trail comes in. So you've hiked from Mexico towards Canada on the Eight Wonders Trail. This is where you join the Continental Divide National Scenic Trail. and I'm going to look for some blue dots, kind of lakeside. Let's go to this one at the Sheridan Creek camp spot and type in that one. Zoom fly into that, and you see you're at Heart Lake. So as you get up to, there's Mount Sheridan in the background, which you can summit, bag that peak on the Eight Wonders Trail. But here you are at Heart Lake. This is just a brief introduction. The Eight Wonders Trail goes all the way to Canada. Here we go. Let's go up and visit Waterton Lakes National Park at the Canadian border. Here you have the, maybe there's going to be a picture of the monument. Here's the picture of the dock. So once you get up to the Canadian border, it's customary tradition on the Continental Divide Trail that you need to come down this dock and jump into the water. So here you go. You need to take a plunge once you get to the northern terminus. You can take a plunge right here, right by the northern terminus at the Canadian border to celebrate your 2850 mile hike, 2,850 miles all the way up to the Canadian border, Mexico to Canada. Now, the Eight Wonders track, all tracks ends right up here at Waterton Lake National Park. But here you can go off into the docks over here at Waterton Lake. Looks like they got some pictures out here at the point out at Waterton Lake. Up in Canada, there's some boat cruises you can take. Up at the Eighth Wonder, there's the hotel. Just some beautiful stuff. You can resupply at all the restaurants at Waterton Town site right here. This is all the resupplies at the restaurants. Touch on your little guy, you can see every road. You can walk into some of those restaurants and enjoy those places. Here's the campgrounds at Waterton. Let's go into some of these fields, for example. Backpackers can camp out and have these tables. You can basically camp for about $5, or camp, might even be for free, but there's the camping spot that tent campers can camp at Waterton Lakes once they arrive inside Canada and go to the 12 Wonders XL extension all the way to Calgary. So there you have it. I'll talk a little bit about the 12 Wonders XL extension on another occasion. But there you have it. Look at that. Let's jump into Glacier National Park. Welcome to Glacier National Park. Look at this. You can put it into 3D. You could go right down onto the trail in Two Medicine Ranger Station. You've got, let's see if there's any blue dots along the, here's a couple blue dots right along the trail itself. Let's go into this one right here. See what that one leads. Anywhere you touch these blue dots, it's going to be something incredibly beautiful on your Eight Wonders adventure. Look at that sunset. That one would be Glacier National Park, the seventh wonder. Wow. What an incredible trail this Eight Wonders trail is. Once you understand the magnitude of this journey, that's quite adventurous. Now, this is an alternate. This blue one's an alternate out of West Yellowstone that you can take. This joins into the Montana 406 trail down here. And welcome to the resupply town of Lima. That passes right through Lima, so that's a low elevation route, whereas the main line's up on the Continental Divide. Bottom line, the main line will get you to Canada, but if there's a fire along the main line, you could take the Montana Trail 406 here into Anaconda. Let me see where the hostel is in Anaconda. Here we go. let's zoom in. Pintler's Portal Hostel in Anaconda. Looks like they've got some dots on the Pintler's Portal Hostel in Anaconda. Let's fly into it. Here we are in Anaconda. Oh, looks like they've got quite a tour. You can go, that's kicking back. You'll have other hikers in here with you, staying at the hostel. But this is the Anaconda Hostel on the Continental Divide passage of the Eight Wonders Trail. Let's go right out. Maybe there's one in front of the hostel or in the back. This just gives you, they have shops for some hiker gear and certain things inside the Anaconda Hostel. That's pretty cool. I believe they show you rooms. So get in there and go see your rooms in the Anaconda Hostel. Here's a little park in Anaconda. Let's see if it has any. Let's type right here where you cross over the street. There's the park. I know it has the restroom. I think that's a restroom building right there. But there's that park in Anaconda as you're hiking Mexico to Canada. So bottom line, there's the Big Sky route if you want to take the Big Sky route, which is the yellow route right there from West Yellowstone. Let me see if I can see the West Yellowstone. Oh, there we go. Welcome to West Yellowstone. Let's fly in there. I want to see the sign. Oh, there's a couple different signs. There's an older one right there. Let me see if I can get the new sign. Let's see. Now that would be the older sign still, but let me see if there's a photosphere of the new sign. As you enter West Yellowstone. Oh, there's the new sign right there. So, welcome to West Yellowstone, Montana, on the Eight Wonders Trail. There's the West Yellowstone, Montana sign. Oh, there we go. Bottom line, you could take the Big Sky alternate over to Butte and join the Continental Divide Trail if there's any fires along the range in any way. This is the low elevation route down here, the Grand Targhee route that goes up to West Yellowstone as well. If you didn't have permits for West Yellowstone, once you get to West Yellowstone or for Yellowstone National Park, there's a side saunter in Yellowstone that takes you over to Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone River on this side track right here as part of the all tracks. You can go out to Artist's Point at the inside Yellowstone, and here you see the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone River. Beautiful side saunter out to Artist's Point. There's going to be a lot of people there, but if you go at the right time, you'll be able to enjoy it. Along that side saunter, you'll pass numerous viewpoints like this one. Let's go into that little dot of Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone River. So there you go. Just some beautiful places along the Eight Wonders Trail and some of the side saunters. Let's move Jenny Lake down a little bit so we can get that out of the picture. Let's zoom into Old Faithful. Old Faithful's right around here. There we go, Old Faithful. You can go into the lodge. You can go visit Old Faithful. Let's just type in any one of these viewpoints, see what happens around Old Faithful. Here's the lodge. You're inside the historic lodge there, looking up. What an impressive place on the Eight Wonders Trail, Continental Divide overlap. They have an all-you-can-eat buffet at the lodge, so great times there. Let's see if we can get a view of Old Faithful right here. Looks like someone has a photosphere that they put. Oh, there we go. So it looks like there's a mob viewing Old Faithful right there. Let's see if there's any other better pictures. Let's try that one maybe. Hopefully it's a different one. Nope, that looks like about the same one. Let's try, looks like they took a lot of them out here viewing Old Faithful. You could just explore around. Yep, there's Old Faithful right there. You can just go anywhere pretty much on the Eight Wonders Trail. Just a awesome adventure from the Wind River Range to Jenny Lake to just about anywhere. Let me see. I think there's a sign at the Utah border that someone might have left on a photosphere. Let's see. No, I don't think so. It might be close to there. Nope. I thought I once had a sign there that someone took a picture of and left a photosphere. But you can leave that photosphere. You can get one of those Insta360 cameras and take a picture of that Utah border sign. Here we go back down into Hiram, Utah, resupply town. This is Ogden and the resupply loop. The lower elevation is in blue. The Centennial Trail there is in yellow, the Ogden Centennial Trail. This is the main line, Buse Canyon Trail. Let's see if there's any photospheres along Buse Canyon trailhead. Well, here's the trailhead. That's Google Earth Street View as you're coming into the trailhead at Buse Canyon to go back up into the Wasatch. That's what you see up there. You'll hike along that road and then you'll leave the road for this trailhead after you resupply in Ogden. Let's go down to there's a Walmart Supercenter in Ogden to resupply at. Then the trail goes in through this tunnel. There's a tunnel under the road right there. Crosses underneath that tunnel and gets you back up a little bit of a road walk to get out of Ogden and then back up into the Wasatch. All the way up here to looks like Bernie Krause left us a water report right there. Creek reported, one of the waypoints. This is the ski resort there. Here's Ogden Peak. So let's look around at Ogden Peak. So you can see Ogden Peak overlooks the town down below. And you can, most likely someone dropped a, there we go. So if you're going to bag Ogden Peak, here's a little photosphere of Ogden Peak. Looks like there's some radio towers and some fantastic views of the Wasatch. That's probably the Eight Wonders Trail right down there as it's going down into the ski resort. So here's Ogden Peak. Impressive. And the Great Salt Lake off in the distance, as well as what you will see from Ogden Peak while sauntering the Eight Wonders Trail. So this has been a great experience here, importing the Eight Wonders Trail into Google Earth. I hope you have enjoyed this, and we'll see you again next time. Stay tuned. on the Eight Wonders Trail. You never know what you'll experience. Have a great evening, great day, fantastic weekend, and it's been a pleasure to show you all of what the Eight Wonders Trail has to offer. And I would highly recommend going big all the way up into Canada, and not just doing the Eight Wonders Trail, but go extra large and go up into Banff and Jasper. We'll show all of Canada in the next video of the 12 Wonders XL extension, the trail that's too big for its map. See how that goes straight off the map there. And boy, you can't even see the Mexico border down there in Arizona on this map. So next visit will be Heart of the Rockies, Banff, Jasper, Yoho National Park, some more things to do in Waterton Lakes, as well as the northern terminus up there in Calgary. That little blue line leads to Calgary, where you can fly into Calgary and to the northern terminus there at the Calgary Tower. So, where's the real northern terminus to this Mexico to Canada adventure? Is it the Calgary Tower, or is it all the way at the end here of the 12 Wonders 3,500-mile XL extension at Kakwa is what they call it up there. So there you have it. It's been a pleasure to show you some little bits of what happens when you get up into Utah. Oh, I can't do this. I got to go back in there. Let me see here. Let me get back in there, and I want to go to Bryce Canyon. So let me see. Okay, Bryce Canyon National Park, Utah. So I want to hit up Bryce Canyon as well. There's the blue track over to Zion, which is part of the Grand Circle Trail. That reconnects close to the northern terminus of the Arizona Trail. But here we have Bryce Canyon National Park. You could go, this is just awesome. The all of the different places you can see inside Bryce Canyon. Let's go to Bryce Point. That's right here, Bryce Point access, where the Eight Wonders Trail comes out. Here you got to do this little side saunter out to this remote viewpoint. See, it goes right out to this edge right here at Bryce Canyon. That's Bryce Viewpoint, and then you can type on your little guy and see maybe a cool view from out there right at the edge of the Bryce Canyon. There's a few better ones here, but there you have it. Got Powell Point off in the distance. You're looking at Bryce Canyon from Bryce Point. Let me see if I can get a different photosphere, one that looks down this other side. Here you go. A little bit of snow, but there's Bryce Point at Bryce Canyon National Park. I wanted to hit up Buckskin Gulch as well on this video before I finish. Buckskin Gulch is one of the coolest places on the Eight Wonders Trail. Beware when you're in Buckskin Gulch that there is flash flooding. It's just a snippet away from the northern terminus of the Arizona Trail. Just got a little bit of a road walk before you get to some awesome single track up here at the Buckskin Gulch trailhead. This is the Wire Pass trailhead here, up here at Buckskin Gulch. Here you got Wire Pass. Here's the vehicles at the Wire Pass trailhead. where you can yogi some water. There's restrooms, yogi some water, and you can get your permits to go hike Buckskin Gulch. Let's get you back into the gulch. In no time, you're back. I like this area. Permits required. You can get a $5-6 day use permit. But look at all these photospheres. I like this area at the confluence of Wire Pass and Buckskin. Look how beautiful these canyon walls are. It's just incredible. The Eight Wonders Trail is fantastic. This is all also part of the Hayduke also here. Let's give the Hayduke some credit here inside Buckskin Gulch. Let's look at some more of these cool Buckskin Gulch photospheres. See what we see around here. Let's try that one here. Let's see if that gives some more I love this confluence where they come together. The canyon walls are just thousands of feet overhead. And if there's a flash flood, here's a little safe side trail that gets you up to higher ground right up here. Gets you 40 or 50 feet up above the river if there's any flash flooding going on. But Buckskin Gulch alone, every Arizona trail hiker should hike into Buckskin Gulch. It's not too far from the northern terminus. Just an incredible area. Let's get into the thick of it right in here, though, as it starts to tighten up. Let's see. That starts to tighten up, and that's become a slot canyon right there. Just absolutely impressive, incredible stuff here at the Eight Wonders Trail. You can hike in Buckskin Gulch. I call it an out and back with your day use permit. So you come in Wire Pass over here, you go out and back, and then you end up over here at Buckskin Gulch Trailhead. So there's the Wire Pass Trailhead and the Buckskin Gulch Trailhead. But let's see if we can get some more of the slot canyon here. Let's go into the dive. So if you go into the dive here, you start getting deep into Buckskin Gulch, and you go into the dive and see what that looks like. Some more canyony, beautiful canyony area. I like this little section right around here. Let's see if there's some photospheres for this section. Not too many. Here's one there. There's one there. Here's one right here. Let's try this one right along the trail itself. There we go. Some nice slot canyon overhead. Look at that. Inside Buckskin Gulch. Impressive. You gotta love the Eight Wonders Trail. It's just amazing. This has been a great introductory video for y'all. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let me get it posted.